Hello, my friends. Welcome to our 8-session series on yoga for beginners. Whether you are new to yoga or looking to refresh and reinforce your basics, this series is designed to help you to build your practice session by session. In this series, we will explore the foundations of Hatha Yoga, including breathing exercise, asanas, and steps towards more advanced balancing poses. By the end of the series, you will feel confident and well on your way to progress and understanding. For the best results, we recommend practicing each session for a week. Repetition will help you to feel more at ease with the asanas and elements presented in this series. And consider inviting a friend to join you on this journey. Having a practice buddy can provide a great support and encouragement, especially when starting out. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to congratulate you for embarking on this new learning journey. Whatever your reason for being here, I want you to know that you are welcomed with open arms. We are in this together, my friend. With each step we take, we will build our confidence and resilience. I'm here to support you along the way and smash this together. Let's begin our journey towards greater strength, flexibility, and inner peace. Here we go. Let's start with the two new postures we covered in the previous session. So half bridge pose. Lie down on your back. Feet hip wide distance. Heels underneath your knees. Just check the distance by tickling your heels with your fingertips. Big toe slightly pointing in. Press your feet against the floor. Squeezing your legs in. Hips coming up. Shift the weight over towards your shoulder. Continue pressing down with your feet. Interlock your fingers under your hips. Straighten your elbows. Upper arms close to each other. Gaze up. 3 deep breaths here. Tucking the tailbone in. Squeezing the legs in. Focusing on the legs and pressing. 1 more breath. Release your hands, palms on the floor, lift up your heels, roll down and elongate your spine as you come down. Once your hips touch the ground, feet farther away from your hips and mat wide distance, knees leaning to each other, palms facing up, 1 deep breath here. This posture is a resting posture for your low back, where you can low back and your belly can relax completely. And now bring your knees to your chest, hold back of your thigh, lift up your head, and rocking, rolling over your spine from your head to your tailbone. Eventually coming into seated position, legs stretched forward. Let's continue with forward bend. So sitting up straight with your shoulders over your hips. If you need to, bring your feet apart. Also, if you need to, bend your knees to have your spine straight. But in this position, you should feel a little bit engaged to be able to sit up straight. You will feel engaged in your thigh and also in your back. Hands on the side of your hips, elongate. Give as much height as you can. And keeping that engagement and integrity where you can hold without your hands, without the support of your hands. From there, belly button forward, chest up. Let the hands follow your belly, your center. Tailbone pulling back. Keeping the space between your belly button and your hip bone, and from your belly button to your sternum and your chest. Keep your feet engaged, heels grounded. so that your legs and your hips stays as an anchor in this posture for you to elongate and create space in the back of your leg and in your spine. Now a couple more breaths here together. With next inhalation, lift up your chest a little bit more. And as you exhale, gently relax your head. Change your hands to a place wherever that would serve you the best in this posture. Whether that is hands still on the floor next to your leg or holding your feet, but make sure you find your place. And that place will be different to person. As you inhale slowly, coming back up. We're going to continue with back bend, starting with cobra. Come down on your belly. Hands underneath your shoulder, where your fingertips are at the same level as the top of your shoulder, and your hands are shoulder wide distance. Now, bring your feet together, ankles together and toes together. From there, separate your feet about hip wide distance while keeping that direction of toes and your ankles. Now, have your hands off the floor like a centimeter. And from here, lift up your chest first, not the head. Chest first, and eventually the head. I want you to feel the strength in your back, and that's what I would like you to remember when we add in the support of the arms to go deeper in the back bend. Slowly coming down. So now, keeping your feet apart, squeeze your legs in without bringing the legs closer. In all back bend, the legs are the most important part, and if your legs are not engaged, everything will go into your lower back. Toes pointing back, squeeze the legs in, keeping the legs separate. Tuck the tailbone in, and now keep your hands soft, coming up, keep the head down, lift up the chest. And now keep the head down, continue press with your hands to go a little further. Hug the elbows in, do not relax the legs, squeeze the legs in, press your feet against the floor, even though they want to go away from the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Keep quite a lot of weight on your arms, otherwise you're going to be carrying that with your lower back. And now gently lift up your head, just a little bit. Lift up the chest, tuck the tailbone in, pull the lower part of the abdomen in, squeeze the legs in gently. Exhale, slowly coming down. And now push your chest up and bringing your hips back, and use this opportunity to gently stretch your back and the spine. Coming into child pose, just for one breath. Next inhalation, let's come back up. And from here, slide to your left hip. Bring your right leg over onto your left side. And now we are going to continue with twist. Both hips on the floor. If you find it's hard for you to sit up straight, then straighten your bottom knee, your left knee. In this case, we go to the other side. Okay, now from here, sitting up right on top of your hip bone. This is very important in how you can align yourself as you go into the posture. You always want to be right on top of your sitting bone. Keep that right knee close to your chest, right hand behind you. to give the length. And now your left hand, your left elbow will eventually come to the outside of the knee to push further into the twist. But to start, left arm up and twist to your right side and feel, engage, use your core and your back muscle and your back arm to twist as far as you can. Keep that engagement of your back and your core. Get that elbow on the outside of the right knee and go a little bit further. Be right on top of your sitting bone. Lift up the sternum. Elongate your spine. Widen your collarbone. Continue turn with your head. Now do not relax your feet. Shoulders away from your ears. And have a moment to check in with yourself. If your chest is on top of your hips, and if your head is on top of your neck and your hips, aligned with your hips. As you inhale, keeping the lengthening without collapsing, coming back to the center. Change the leg. Left foot over to the right leg. Left hand behind you. Sit right on top of your sitting bone. Right arm up. Twist to your left side. Elongate your belly. Elongate your spine. And then right elbow to the outside of your right knee. And continue a little further. As you do this, keep bringing yourself back right on top of your sitting bones. Keeping that, giving that height through your left arm. Broaden your collarbone. Align your head with your spine. And as you inhale, keeping that engagement, coming back to the center. Let's come to standing position. We're going to finish with a side bend, a triangle pose. Bring your legs about a meter apart. And from here, right toe pointing to the right side. Your right heel will be either aligned with your left heel or in the middle of your left foot. Stretch your arms out to the side and we're going to reach to the right side, keeping both sides of the waist long. Ooh, crack, crack. And now from here, before we go any further, do not push the knee down. Do not push your right knee down, but lift up that kneecap and your thigh muscle up to the hip. If it's too much for your front knee, your right knee, micro bend your front knee. Now from here, lower your right arm down to your leg, but without bending from the side. Reach up with your left hand. And now, gently tuck the tailbone in a little bit. This could be quite strong action for your lower back. So if you have sensitive lower back, do this very carefully. Now with next inhalation, left arm going over the head. As you do this, linking all the way from your left hip, rib cage to your left shoulder, elbow, fingertips. For your head, you can look up. If this is too much for your neck, you can look forward or you can look down as well. You have some weight on your bottom hand, your right hand, but not too much. Ground your left foot. And now to come out, first your left arm. Press your feet against the floor. This could be strong for your back. Pushing your feet against the floor to come up, back to the center. Change to the other side. Left toe pointing out to the left, right toe pointing forward. Reach to your left, both waist long. Left hand down, right arm reaching up, tuck the tailbone in gently as you do that. Now align your shoulder and broaden your collarbone. Next exhalation, lower your right arm down over the head as you do this. Link from your right hip to your rib cage, shoulder, elbow, and your fingertips. Both shoulders away from your ears. Find the position of your head that is comfortable for you. One more breath into the right side of your rib cage and the waist. Such a beautiful pose. What an incredible sensation this posture creates. Now to come out, arm first. Push with the leg to come up, back to the center. Bring your legs closer to each other. Knees soft. Left hand on your belly, right hand on your chest. Few deep breaths. Deep inhalation from your nose. And deep long exhalation through your nose. Deep inhalation. And long exhalation. One more time. Thank you for joining me on this video. So are you ready to commit to this series? Let's make it official. Write, I am in the comments to show your dedication and start the journey. After each session, share your progress by commenting session complete and give yourself a pat on the back for completing the practice. When you complete the entire series, write series complete. I am well on the path in the comments. And when you see others posting about their progress, be sure to show your support by giving them a thumb up and congratulating them to their commitment. I know it may seem a little cheesy, but sharing your journey out loud and celebrating with others along the way can make this experience truly remarkable. So let's support each other, stay accountable, and work towards our goals together. I wish you a beautiful day and see you soon. Keep shining on!